little shorter than they are. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to share my story with you and speak, and I'm really grateful for this amazing conference and to be a part of it. So I live in Arizona, she said, and I advocate, so I'm sure you would have rather heard Colleen longer than me. But I want to tell you my story and see if any of you relate. So when I was young, I thought I knew what it was like to be poor. I remember a time when I had to eat oatmeal every day for breakfast and lunch. But then as I grew a little older, I became more aware of people who live in extreme poverty, and I was not okay with this. I had more in those early years than I thought. I may have had to eat a lot of oatmeal, but I never went a day without food. And my passionate little 12-year-old heart decided that if I didn't become the first woman president of the United States, I would join the Peace Corps, or something like that, one or the other. But during my teenage years, I absorbed a message for my community and culture to fill the role expected for a girl. So I repressed a very important part of myself. And then one day in my early 30s, I watched a show on gender-based violence, which on this particular day hit a very sensitive and personal nerve and cultivating this small flame inside me. I didn't want to accept the world as it is, but I lacked the know-how, resources, or networks to start on a path to know what to do about this. So certain experiences eventually fostered a personal awakening, and during this time, someone offered me the book, Half the Sky. It was as if gasoline was just thrown on that little ember in me. And, realizing millions of women globally want resources, want social, political, and economic power, or to have power over their own body to choose when and how many children they have. So rights that are denied to them, but rights that I am privileged to have in my own life. But being made aware of how many barriers women face, preventing them from reaching their potential, just left me frustrated. And again, I could not accept the world as it is. But this time, I had knowledge of resources and networks to help me to figure out what I can do. So for my own empowerment, I've gone back to school as a mother of 3 children, and I also joined the Care Action Network to use my female voice to advocate for women whose voices need to be heard and pay that forward as I was helped. So in April of this year, I was honored to travel on a care learning tour to Benin in West Africa as part of the inaugural Care Action Network Fellowship. I met many families benefiting from programs to improve maternal and child health. You know what I noticed when meeting the women that are participating in these programs? I recognized that newly empowered woman as she mirrored me in some small way. They stood taller, spoke louder, and looked me in the eye. Feliciane proudly walked me around her home garden, showing us the improvements she's using with the Village Savings and Loan Association, or VSLA, has made in the nutrition and well-being for her family and community. Martine was chosen as a catalyst in the USAID program, which chooses people with influence in their community to train and facilitate them to lead and teach their own communities methods on sanitation, VSLA, nutrition, healthcare, and family planning. I loved seeing Martine's confidence in her ability to lead and guide her community. Her village has seen fewer deaths among women and children since then. Because of what I've experienced in my own life, I know well how much potential the women I met in Benin have, and how many other people's lives will be improved because of their female empowerment. I think I can speak for the other CAN fellows when I say going to Benin was so incredibly impactful. As we not only witnessed many tangible ways to alleviate poverty, but also met inspiring people, like the Director of Care Benin Togo, Claudine Mensah Awute. I think she's in here.
She had to leave.
Oh, okay. The kind of person she is and the work she is leading in Benin and Togo is validating to me why I choose to advocate for care. I told my husband when I got home I want to be like her when I grow up, because I'm still growing up. I assume many here of us volunteer so much of our time as I do for CARE because we care so much about dignity, justice, and human rights for everyone. And we know that research-driven, culturally relevant solutions to poverty, collaborating with the international community, and focusing on women and girls works. So CARE operates in a way that we believe will have sustainable results, so we trust our efforts are going towards the best avenue to make a lasting change. In total, the Learning Tour to West Africa was also motivating. I will continue to make sure those in my community will support this work and support women and girls globally. As we all do this collectively, we can change the world because, as it is not good enough yet. Thank you.